Hey, Nathan Peterson here. You guys keep asking for it. So here you go. In this video, I will be reacting to different clips online about OCD. I'm not only gonna react to it, I'll show you what treatment I would give this person if I were their therapist. So here we go.
Jack suffers from contamination OCD. He sees germs lurking everywhere.
Oh, contamination OCD.
Even in the relative safety of his own home. He spends every waking moment avoiding contamination.
So it's interesting. This is what we typically see in the media. Contamination OCD. They love to throw that into different TV shows. But this actually is what it can look like for some people. Let's keep going and see what happens to him.
I've not eaten something with my hands, so with my fingers, since I was 15.
That's sad.
Mealtimes are the most stressful part of Jack's day. He has to sterilize everything his food touches.
I can't touch the milk handle. So when my milk would say get poured into like my porridge, I'd have to have someone there to do it. You know, my mum who lives with me, she'll be the one that will pour that in.
That's so sad. So contamination OCD, I don't know his specific thing, but we're finding more and more now that, you know, some people it is about germs, other people it's a disgust kind of a feeling that they get. I don't want this uncomfortable feeling because if I do have it, obviously uncomfortable. It won't go away until I fix it. They don't even care about getting sick. Other people they do, or they don't want to get someone else sick. Sometimes they don't even know why. They just know, I don't want to feel germy. I don't want to have something. So they create different compulsions for themselves. It sounds like he's not able to touch many things, which is so hard. And his mom is accommodating that, which I get. As a parent, that's just what we do. We want our kids to feel better. We want to help them through it, but that ends up making things worse long term. So if this person were my patient, what I would have them do is first we would write down all the things, it might be thousands of things that they feel worried about, that they don't touch, that they don't do. I don't touch the milk carton. I don't touch my spoon. I don't touch chips with my fingers. Sounds like he has not touched food with his fingers. We would identify what is the actual core fear. Is it about getting sick? Let's say it's that. We are going to slowly, we're going to rank all these items 0 to 10. How bad does this make you feel anxious if you had to touch this item versus this item? This one's not as bad. So we're gonna touch this one, and it's so hard. Some people say, let's just do one finger first. We'll get really used to that. Then we'll do 2, then we'll do 3. Man, that's a long process. Sometimes we just gotta jump in and say, I'm holding it. And I'm not holding it like this. I'm not protecting. I'm holding it, man. And we're gonna take the threats, the core fear. We're gonna say, yes, maybe I'll get sick. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Those are, we wanna live with the uncertainty or agree with it. Yes, totally getting sick today. Yes, totally spreading this to my family. Yes, it's gonna make me die. That would be great. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna keep holding this. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Both hands now. I'm gonna feel anxious. Rank myself from 0 to 10. How much anxiety do I feel? I might sit with it until that anxiety goes down by half, but if it also doesn't go down, that's okay too. The idea is, how can I keep sending these signals back to my brain? Maybe the catastrophe isn't as bad as I think it's going to be, and I'm willing to risk that I'll get sick. The idea is to keep touching this until it doesn't bother you anymore. We might do it literally hours a day if we need to. For how severe he is, that's probably what he needs to do. Actually, not probably, it is what he needs to do. Medications would be really great as well. I know most people are like, no, not medications. But it takes what could be a 10 out of 10 of anxiety for someone, maybe brings it down to a 6 or a 5 or a 4. They can handle it a little bit better. I usually don't throw in medications unless somebody's tried the treatment first and they're just not succeeding. They're not doing it. That's an indication to me that medications might be the right route for you. When we're good with this, let's grab the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I got a mouse here. Ooh. Eventually we just want to live life. Sometimes we set timers and say, let's touch everything, everything. I know I make it sound easy, but if we get sick, we get sick. We're gonna problem solve it when that time comes. But it's worth living life. That's the other part. Let's go do all the things you're not doing. And it's a slow process sometimes, but someone like this who is very extreme, they gotta do it a lot. So if they came in my office, we'd set up that plan. That's what we would do.
My OCD does primarily revolve around avoiding the number 13.
Avoiding number 13.
The most simple actions over and over again to be certain that he never does anything 13.
So I can already guess. I haven't seen this yet. Either he has magical thinking OCD, which is if I do something 13 times, I don't want to do it 13 times, a catastrophe might happen. They don't know what that's going to be, but a catastrophe could happen. They don't want to even risk it. Or it could be something like a just right type of thing. I got to do this a certain amount of times until it feels right. So let's see what's going on.
That'll probably do now.
Andrew sees the number 13 all around him.
Every hour it comes to 30 minutes past, so, you know, between 10 past and 20 past every hour, I cannot do anything.
Wow.
Ideally, I'll just sit completely like a statue. If I so much as touch my lip with my tongue, I have to do that again when it gets to 20 past.
As well as OCD, Andrew has Asperger's, which makes social situations very difficult for him.
I just wish I could chat more. I'd like to be able to
Oh, like I really wish I could learn about this person a little bit more. So if they came in my office, that's definitely what we'd be doing is some psychoeducation first. Let me teach you about OCD. Let's figure out that core fear. Let's figure out what's actually happening here. And we might risk it. If you feel like you has something to do with Satan or the devil or whatever, if it's 13, we're gonna risk it. All the things they don't want to do on a 13 number, we write down just like the contamination. All those things they don't want to do, we're going to go do them. And we're going to have all the threats in our brain. We're going to leave them uncertain. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll feel uncomfortable. Yes, I love feeling uncomfortable. Yes, it's so great. I'm going to tap this thing 13 times on purpose. I'm going to do this 13 times on purpose. We're going to mess up the compulsion. For how extreme, I guess another extreme one, I would have them do it often. Multiple times a day. Treat it almost like their part-time job for a while. And I know it's not as easy as just start doing it. Little by little, we work up to something harder. And then the person stops forgetting to check the clock. They start forgetting that they can't do things 13 times or whatever it is. And it can happen actually pretty darn quick.
Do you have OCD? This video is a test to see if you have OCD. If you find this video frustrating or slightly irritating, then chances are you have OCD tendencies. I'm gonna watch it as well.
Okay. I'm skipping this one because I can already tell you, this is what the media shows. Not OCD, not OCD. If you find this irritating, you have OCD. Don't fall for it. That is not true OCD. OCD is going to cause extreme anxiety, extreme fear, extreme all of it. It's not something people, there can be an annoyance. Yeah, I don't like that this is colors this versus all these. Oh man, that's annoying. But it's not debilitating. It's not sending them in their room, rocking back and forth. They're not thinking about it. This is just like, oh, I don't like that. That's not OCD. When people use that, I don't know. It's a little offensive. But sometimes people really just don't know because that's what everyone else says OCD is. Darn tests.
A-level student Imogen is plagued by thoughts that terrible things will happen to her family. She believes the only way to stop these bad things happening is to constantly tap her...
Ah, that's the magical thinking we were talking about.
It really does scare me, the thought of, I don't know, if you don't tap that tree, your mum's gonna die. It's not logical, because it's just a tree.
So it's interesting that she says that. It's not logical, and I hear that time and time and time again from people. I know nothing's going to happen, but it doesn't matter. I still have to do it. That's the key that we look at as well. Some people don't have that logic, which is okay too, but we have to often risk it. Sometimes I have people do exposures. She came in my office, we'd say, we might just walk around the building. Anytime your brain says, don't touch this, we're gonna touch it. Don't tap here, we're gonna tap it. Go back here and correct this till you got tapped 3 times within the doorway. We're gonna either mess that up, we're gonna dance around it, we're gonna jump over it, or we're just gonna completely not do it at all. And the brain's gonna say, your mom's gonna die. Yeah, maybe she will, maybe she won't. I don't know, we'll see. Well, if I get that phone call, I guess we'll figure it out. Maybe it'll all be my fault. I don't know, we'll see. We're treating it as like it doesn't really matter because we also, the brain wants to make all these connections. But when we find that catastrophe doesn't happen time and time and time and time and time again, then it's telling the brain you are such a liar, man. You are lying to me. That's what we need with this kind of therapy. Ya liar. You a liar. We do this time and time again. Timer goes off. I love timers. Timer goes off. Let's go do all the things I don't want to do and risk that my mom's going to die. Risk catastrophe. Risk this. And that's the cool part. The brain needs to learn. It's a lion. It's a lying liar.
I left my keys right there last night.
There's a drawer over by the fireplace.
When your wife has OCD.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the almond milk.
I'm a little questioning this one already.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a shake. Is that okay?
So the almond milk is in the door where the beverages are. But we need to go through this just so you know all the parts of the refrigerator so we don't have to
Mimi,
What?
it's too early for this.
They were too early for a lesson.
No, it's too early. early, honey.
Stay focused. Oh, did you take out the recycling? Recycling.
No, you already asked me that.
I can already tell. Don't think this person has OCD. I mean, maybe. But I don't think they do because, like, unless things have to be a certain way or else, yeah, it's usually not. Usually not like that. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Out?
No.
Okay, you need to take that out. Hot sauces, Worcestershire sauce, mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard. Vegetable drawer, bread, dairy. You're not paying attention. Other condiments that don't fit in the door. Fruit will go here.
Okay, I found the almond milk. I want to make a shake. That's it.
I'm not finished. Puddings, yogurts, chocolate, olive, peppers, cilantro, parsley. You'll never use that. Any leftovers that we have.
Just find my keys, please.
The keys are in the drawer with the other keys. I just explained that to you. Dips, pickles, olives.
I want to make a shake.
Okay, if possible, if she actually has OCD, it might be one of those things where kind of like either a magical thinking or just right. Things have to be in a certain place, just right, has to be this way because that's just how it is. But she also might have OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, where it's just that's how it is. That's how things are. They need to be in a certain place. That's just how it is. I'm right, you're wrong. Kind of thing. That's just how it is. That's how life works. It's like I kind of think they like how things are. OCD, they don't like how things are. Has to be this way, and if you mess it up, I'm gonna feel very anxious. It could be that, definitely. But the way they're kind of spinning it, almost sounds like she enjoys it. It has to be that way, so I'm looking more at OCPD. If this were the case, we're messing things up on purpose. I'm gonna go home, we're gonna just say, go to your fridge, move every single thing around and feel anxious about it and say, I love it. This is great. I love it. This is great. It's a great feeling. I'm gonna make sure I keep messing things up on purpose so that my brain says, cool. I don't like that you're doing this, but I guess you don't care as much as I think you do, so I'm gonna stop warning you that you need to go do it.
I knew that something was wrong. A lot of these obsessions I was having were sexually themed.
These are ones that people don't talk about very much.
You have no choice but to suffer in secret. Obsessive compulsive disorder.
More than just hand washing. Oh, I like that.
You have intense obsessions about something, and then you try to make those thoughts go away or try to feel better by doing compulsions. You can get obsessed with anything. For me, it was sexual stuff.
Yeah.
It was questions about who I am. What if I'd been born with some, something wrong with my brain that makes me pervert or for lack of a better word.
So we often see this with either POCD, YouTube doesn't like when I use the word, you can look that up, or might be HOCD or sexual orientation OCD, where somebody just might question who they are as a person, who they are attracted to, or they are not. Will I abuse somebody? Will I not? Because their brain just comes up with these thoughts because they're taboo. We think about things we don't want to think about. And that's often what OCD is. And people aren't talking about these ones as much, but it's very, very common. This person came into my office. We would take all these taboo themes, all the worries, all of it, and we would say, I don't make people think these things on purpose. Instead, we say, if the thoughts come, then they come. If I'm looking at a picture of this and the thought comes, I might look at that picture, and if they come, they happen. If they don't, then they don't. And we're saying, hey, thanks thought. Thanks for this thought. I love that the thought comes in. Cool. Hope it stays all day long. Yeah, maybe I do want to do that. I don't know. But right now I'm, playing on my computer. Right now I'm playing sports. We always want to go back to the present moment. So timers throughout the day. Hey, there's your timer. Looking at these pictures, purpose, or videos, or getting rid of all the compulsions. It's hard because I don't have enough details about this person, but we're going to face the fears, all the things that they're avoiding. We're going to stay uncertain about it. I don't want to figure this out anymore. We actually just want to get back to living life. So now you kind of know what OCD actually looks like, some basic details on what to do with your own OCD. I do have my online course that goes step by step, how to do exposures, worksheets, all of that. I'm gonna link that down in the description. If you liked this video, let me know in the comments. I'd love to make more of them, show you how I treat real individuals with OCD. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. They don't want to even risk it. Or it could mean they're, what's the word?